So I am at the tail end of a diet. I've been dieting for maybe 6 weeks, nothing major, but I've lost about 20 pounds, and that means that soon I'm going to transition into a bulk, and I've got a new training split ready to go. Let me show you guys what that's going to entail, shall we? Okay, so for the first time in a very long time, I'm only going to be training at one gym. Typically, I usually train at 2 different gyms, reason being, I have to produce content. It is something that just comes with the territory of making videos. I have to be concerned as to whether or not what I'm doing is seen as novel and fun to watch when people view a video, which means me doing the same exercises in the same gym on basically the same clothes, week in, week out, it doesn't do too well in videos. However, I am kind of over that. It's bothering me. I've got a puppy downstairs that can't hold a bladder for more than an hour, and I need to go to just one gym that is nearby. Anyway, let's go. So I'm going to be training 5 days a week. I'm going to be doing push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, rest, repeat. This means that over the course of 7 days, I won't train on the same days each week. It'll just rotate through like that. Some people are going to be like, oh, you're only training legs once per week. Yeah, because I don't seem to be able to recover from any more than that. And as you're going to see, my volume isn't even that crazy. And to add another consideration, I have a really bad back problem. We'll get to that when we go to showing my leg session. But any more than that sort of per week, and I'm risking it a little bit. It's a bother. But anyway, let's go through push number 1, shall we? So in push number 1, I'm starting off with a flat Cybex Smith press, and then I'm going to do an incline dumbbell press. Then I'm going to do a Nautilus shoulder press, then a cuffed lateral raise, then a Life Fitness pec fly. I appear to have missed the S on the fitness. And then a crossbody cuff tricep extension. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. It's a cable there, extend your elbow, simple stuff. And then a dumbbell overhead extension. This session is going to be kind of interesting because it's a real mixture of stuff that TikTok is going to hate and TikTok is going to love. Between the Smith, they'll hate it, but the dumbbell press they'll love, so I've kind of tried to be middle ground here. A lot of my sessions follow the same sort of structure in terms of how I build them. I used to put lateral raises before a press, and I still might, it just depends on how my shoulders feel. But for now, I have a real goal of I want to press 3 plates aside on that Smith press for some reps at some point during this bulk. Just before my last bulk ended, I got to 2 3/4 plates for a set of 4, I think. So realistically, as soon as I take my body weight up again, 3 plates is almost definitely going to happen. You'll see that I'm doing 2 sets on flat Smith press, 3 sets on the incline. So what that'll be is the first set of all of these presses, so the flat Smith press, the incline dumbbell press, the Nautilus shoulder press, all 3 of them will be a top set of, say, 5 to 9 reps. Then the back off set will be a set of, say, 10 to 15 reps, which will be relatively lighter, but all of these sets are to failure, by the way, and I'm always trying to progress. And in case anybody's wondering, this app is called Heavy Set. It lets you track pretty much everything that you could want. And then incline dumbbell press, I'm doing 3 sets. Now, I wouldn't typically do this, but I just wanted a little bit of extra chest volume just because I feel like I can get away with it. When it comes to volume, everything is so individual. It's what can you progress? What can you recover from? Do you ever feel sore? Does it ever hinder your next session? As long as you're progressing and training hard, that's what really matters. Don't copy what I'm doing. In fact, most of you won't be able to copy what I'm doing because your gym isn't going to have half the stuff this gym does. Anyway, then I'll do a Nautilus shoulder press. Again, top set, back off set. Cuff lateral raise will be 3 straight sets. It'll probably alternate over time from, say, 8 to 12s, 10 to 15s, stuff like that. Life Fitness pec fly. So I will see the pec fly as more of a pumpy squeezy movement. I'm still going to want to try and stack it because my ego won't let me not. And I know that the other lads in the gym can. They're a lot bigger than me, but it's not going to stop me. So I want to try and stack it. So I might do a top set and 2 back offs. We'll see how it feels, especially being as that'll be my last chest exercise of the year. And then finishing off with some triceps with crossbody, cuff tricep extensions, and then overhead dumbbell extensions. I don't know whether the overhead dumbbell extensions are going to feel good or not. I'm hoping they will. I've seen a lot of people do them recently, and it's given me the itch to give them a go. We'll see. So that's push number 1. Okay, now we're on to pull number 1. So we're starting off with abs. Reason I'm doing this is because I've never really trained abs properly, and every time I do lose a lot of weight, I never have much abs to show for it. And for example, last year I lost 60 pounds. I got pretty lean. Abs were still just barely even there, and I think I just need to try and develop my abs more. So starting off with abs, because if I was to put them at the end of the session like a lot of people do, it'll be half-assed work, and I don't want to half-ass things. So abs towards the end. Then the Nautilus compound row, and then the Nautilus nitro pull down single arm. I think for lats, especially for me, I do need a lot of single arm work, but the problem with single arm work is you typically can't move as much weight and there isn't as much room for progression because there just isn't. But that's not going to stop me trying. So top set and a back offset on the compound row, 1 top set, 2 back offsets on the nitro pull down, and then the Cybex VR2 upper back row, so that'll be an overhand chest pulled row, 2 sets, top set, back offset, rope pullover. So the rope pullover in this pull session is the same sort of methodology as the pec fly is on the push day, being a pumpy squeezy finisher style movement just to get anything that's left out of the back. Then biceps, so alternating dumbbell curl, standard just dumbbell curls. Face away cable curls, so I don't need to describe that much more, do I? So that would be back. I'm going to rest as long as I need to give the next set its best effort, which will typically look like, for the top sets, it'll be about 3 minutes. For things like the pullover and the curls, it'll probably be like 2 minutes. Right, on to legs. So my leg sessions are very sort of posterior focused in terms of trying to just strengthen what I have problems with. Every time I hip hinge, I get hurt and I can't sleep, I can't sit down. This happens, right? It's a problem. Years and years ago, I think it fully could be about 5 years ago now, I was doing a set of deadlifts and I felt something go in my sort of upper glute, lower left spine area. And just ever since then, just randomly sometimes, I remember the last time it happened, I was just stood in the kitchen, felt it go. I was like, when it goes, it's excruciating. I can't sit down. I can't put weight through my left side of my body. I can't sleep. It's constant pain. So I have to be real careful with anything like that. Like squat pattern movements can trigger it. Hip hinges trigger it every time. It's really annoying because I'd love to RDL and SLDL and really try and move some weight there. But every time I do it, I just get hurt. So I don't think I should even try. But to try to strengthen my glutes and lower back despite that, here we go. So we're going to do a nautilus abductor. So that's the away from, opening your legs one. And then a Cybex back extension. So the Cybex back extension, I've seen the boys in the gym load up pretty heavily. I've seen them gym pin it with like 4 plates extra per side. And if they can do that, then I think I need to try to do that. And if I think if I can get that strong on that, it should help my back problem, you know. Same thing with the abductor, with being that upper outer glute area-ish. I'm not really looking for hypertrophy through that movement, that first one. It's just more about getting some blood in the area and trying to prevent a problem when I do the lying hack squat, which is up next. So Cybex hack squat, which is pin loaded, and then Cybex leg press, and then Cybex seated hamstring curls. Doing seated just because, well, to be honest, it's just more comfortable for me. And then Cybex leg extensions finish off. I've just realised that I didn't put any calves into this session, so I need to fix that. I'll do a seated calf raise as well. Probably do that at the start, just before abductors, for the same reason why I do abs at the beginning of pull, because if you put it at the end, you often half-arse it and then sucks to suck. So that's my leg day. Then, now we're on to push number 2. So push number 2 is going to be a different set of exercises to push number 1. So we're going to start off with a flat dumbbell press, and then we're going to do a Nautilus Nitro chest press. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, hang on, those are both flat presses. Yes, they are. However, don't care. This is also the reason why I've got 3 sets of incline press on the other day. My upper chest is kind of okay. So I've got this bone condition called pectus carinatum. So my sternum is further forward than it would be with a normal man. A lot of lads, I think the opposite is more common. Pectus excavatum, you know, where they've got like pigeon chest and they've got like a dent. I have the opposite of that. Things forward, which means the way that my pec sits across just looks different to normal men. But because of that, my sort of outer chest when I'm facing sideways is okay. So I'm doing a few flat presses. Basically, I like flat presses, and what you like and can progress is going to result in more progress than what is perfect that you half-arse. Take that and write it on my tombstone. So flat dumbbell press, I really want to press the 50s in intent. The 50s at intent are actually 53 kilo dumbbells, so that'll be an all-time PR if I can get there. I just need to not be a wimp and get to doing it and not moan about the weights being different than what they say. I've weighed them. I got the scale out and everything. Anyway, Nautilus Nitro chest press. I remember that when he first got this machine at the gym, I couldn't stack it for even 1 rep, but the other day I was just messing around and I stacked it with a 20 kilo plate pinned to it for 3 reps. I want to do that for a set of 5 to 9, and that'll make me pretty happy. And then Cybex Smith shoulder press. So a while ago I did that for 2 plates per side, which I was pretty happy with. So if I can do that for quite a few reps, that'll be nice. I'm not going to be bolt upright. I'm probably going to be about here-ish, so it'll still tie in some upper chest. Again, this is why I'm not too worried about the double flat press, because that Smith shoulder press is going to be like a super high incline Smith, where it'll be a lot of front delt, a lot of upper chest. It all ties in. It is very hard to do just one bit. Those are very similar muscles that are very close in proximity to each other. You can't really avoid both. Points are being covered there. Weighted dips. I really want to dip several plates. I can dip like a plate for like 10 reps. Getting into it's the hard part, and the where we do dips at intent is kind of scary because it's about 7 foot in the air. But again, just a case of not being a wimp and getting strong and doing it. I've got pretty strong triceps. My triceps are probably my best muscle group, so it's definitely something that I should be capable of doing at some point soon. Also, by the way, if you guys made this far into the video, make sure to drop a like on the video because it'll help the channel grow. We're trying to grow this. I really want this to be like a primary thing this year. I'd love to be a YouTuber rather than a TikToker because it would bring me a lot less stress, see it that way. Then dumbbell lateral raise because I want a lateral raise here as well. I may even throw in a lateral raise on the leg day too, just to increase that lateral volume. Dumbbells for variation. Probably be better off doing another cable lateral raise, but just because simplicity and speed and fun, doing dumbbells. Then a D-handle cable fly, so again, same thing as the Life Fitness pec fly, just slightly different thing. Then rope tricep extensions to finish off, just very simple. Probably even use a single rope because it feels good. Anyway, on to the next. Right then, this will be my final session for the week, or across the week. By the way, I intend to try to record these. I'm probably going to be training in the gym pretty late so I can take my camera, my microphone, my tripod, and try and actually film the full sessions because I know that people love those videos and they perform the best. So I'm going to try and do that more often. We'll see. Anyway, so intent pull 2, starting off with hanging leg raises. I'm not really sure how I'm going to progress those long term, whether it just ends up being more reps or what. Maybe I get some ankle weights timed to my ankle and do it that way, turn into Goku. That'd be brilliant. In case anyone's wondering, I basically have Shenron on my left arm. And then Cybex VR2 row lats. So I use the same machine on the other pull day, but instead of an overhand grip, I'm going to take a neutral grip. I've done up to 3 plates for a few shoddy reps on there before, but I've seen some of the lads at the gym put 6 plates on it, and now now my ego's bruised and I've got to catch up. So we will move there. Then T-bar row, so there's your overhand grip. I really want 5 plates for a lot of reps because I've done 5 plates for like 2 reps before. Straight bar pull down. So again, not aiming for any particular bias with that. I'm just going to put a straight bar on and with control try to get as many reps with as much weight as possible. Again, by the way, if you see 2 sets here, it's always top set, back off set. If it's 3 sets, it's typically straight sets. Don't overthink this, just train hard. Nautilus compound row, single arm at this point. So same machine as I did on the other pull day, but instead of doing both arms at once, I'm going to do one arm. So the other day I'll probably be more just shotgun approach where it's everything in the back. I'm not bothered about a bias, whereas in this one where it's single arm, it will be more of a bias towards the lats because I'm going to be trying to keep the elbow tucked and tight towards the body. Then Life Fitness rear delt fly. So the other pull day has a lot of rowing movement, so I don't give a specific rear delt fly. In this one, I've only got one proper row with the pre-core T-bar row. With an overhand grip. Any sort of overhand grip rowing where your elbows pass your body, your rear delts are doing something, they just are. And in this pull day, I've only got the T-bar row that does that. So between the T-bar row, the rear delt fly, and the overhand grip row, and the Nautilus compound row on the other day, that is a lot of rear delt stimulus across a week, so we're all good. And then, again, pretty simple stuff, Nautilus, dumbbell preacher curl and a dumbbell hammer curl to finish off the pull sessions. So those are my 5 sessions that I'm going to be doing at Intent. It's going to be interesting training in just one gym. But again, I'm not too fussed about the novelty in terms of recording for TikTok because I basically reuse the same clips all the time and I've got enough gyms worth of clips now that I can just post from drafts permanently and use this camera to record proper sessions. Because this is the trade-off, right, is that when I record for YouTube in the gym, that means that I then can't record for TikTok in the gym because it's a different format. You're watching in widescreen right now versus neutral, and I'm filming with a camera rather than this. So it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different world. But yeah, that's me current split, or will be my current split, starting in 2 weeks. In reality, not very different than all the things I've done before because nothing ever is different. There's no magic pill here. There's no magical exercises. It is just repeating the same stuff all the time. Bit of a deload at the minute, especially while I'm dieting. Like I said, I've got maybe another few days before I'm back in the gym again, but I'm just sort of half-arsing things at the moment. Well, not half-arsing, that was the wrong word. I'm not actively tracking my workouts at the minute, at the tail end of the diet. I'm just going in, doing what I feel is fun and training as hard as I can, versus like meticulously tracking everything like that. Yeah, I'm 20 pounds down in 6 weeks. Here's the time span for my weight loss and weight gain, for example. Last year, from February, I went from 217 pounds down to 160 pounds by July 7th. And then after July 7th, I bulked until like mid-January this year, up to about 190. So 30 pounds in the space of like 5 or 6 months up. And then in the last 6 weeks, I've lost 20 pounds. I'm down to about 169.4, I think, this morning. I'm going to end the diet in 2 weeks where I should be around 165, and then I'm probably going to push back to 200 pounds over the course of the rest of this year, maybe with another 6-week tidy up at some point, because if I can take off 20 pounds in 6 weeks and do that every 6 months, that's the majority of every year spent bulking, which is going to be productive. So hopefully this was fun and engaging, and hopefully somebody liked this. But I suppose I'll see you later. Make sure you're subscribed, because the majority of people that see these videos are not. Make sure you've liked the video, especially if you've made it this far in, because it's a pretty long video. And I'll see you later.